Hello, everyone. Welcome to Silver Linings Talk Show. We are so thrilled that you're here with us today, and we have a very exciting episode coming your way.
And I love that, September's Friendship Month.
Yes.
And I kind of feel like after we come out of summer, it's a great month for reconnecting.
Mm-hmm.
And friendship really is so important when it comes to how we feel. It's that the 5 people we surround ourselves with, that's who we get our connections and our inspiration and who we learn from, right? The circles that we're in. So I got my 2 right here, 2 of my peeps, and we spend lots of time together. And think about who your 5 are in your circle and how they influence you and what you do with them. I bet you learn so much and you get so much from that, right? The feeling and the support, right?
Right.
Because I think support is so important, when we're going through whatever we're going through, whether it's good times, bad times, fun times. It's always great to go out with girlfriends, right? And to have things to look forward to. But if we don't have someone to turn to, that can be horrible, right? So knowing that we have those friends is so important.
And just as it's important for women, I think it is equally important for men to have those connections and those support systems and those times that they, get together with their guy friends, or it may even be couples friends. So I think that's what's beautiful about friendship awareness is we get to talk about all the different types of friendships, whether it's individual friendships, whether it's small groups, whether it's couples friendships. They all bring so much to us and they feed our soul in different ways.
That's a great point. I didn't think about the different levels too. So many different levels of friendship and people that you can turn to, and sometimes some of your closest family members can be your best friends too, like my sister, right?
Absolutely. And I, certainly wanted to address a topic today of another awareness, and that is that September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month also. And I just wanted to highlight some statistics. And the first one that I wanted to highlight is that suicide is the 4th leading cause of death for people ages 34 to 55. And 78% of them are men. Again, talking about the necessary need of that connection for men, just as important as it is for women, and maybe even on a bigger scale. And that leads to over 47,000 suicides per year. Pretty significant.
Yes, absolutely.
And it is the 2nd leading cause of death with those aged 10 to 34. And 80% of the time, there are warning signs. So I would like to review 10 warning signs that people should be aware of. One is that if someone is talking about no longer wanting to be here, or even talking about a plan, that's a warning sign. 2, someone's feeling hopeless. 3, someone's giving away their prized possessions. 4, someone is acting unlike themselves, agitated, anxious, rageful. Someone's isolating themselves, and there's a belief that people are better off without them, or that they will not be missed. If someone starts engaging in any self-injurious behaviors or dangerous high-risk behaviors, that's a sign. If there's a lack of interest in future plans, or they can't see the future plans for themselves. If someone makes statements about not wanting to be a burden to others, or again, feeling that people are just better off without them. If someone begins using or has a significant increased use in drugs and alcohol. And number 10 is someone who is going through unbearable pain, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So I wanted to share the National Suicide Hotline number because it's so important for everyone to know. It's 800-273-8255. And anyone can call this number, whether you're a loved one, a family member, a friend, or an individual having any of these signs, because we absolutely want to decrease this percentage and this number, and to know that people are important to be here and you are important to someone.
And I think it's important to note that, those things that you went through, those 10, those are,
Yes.
Going away from the norm of how these people are acting. And
Yes.
we were just talking about friendships. So remember that there's probably a friend out there, so remember to reach out.
Right.
Reach out to your friends.
Because people do really care.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks, Dina. I think
You're
that was
very-
something people really needed to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very important. And we wanted to now present our guest to you guys, who we are super excited to have with us today. And Lynn, you have a special connection.
I do. I do. It is my cousin, Rebecca Lo Cicero.
Yes.
She is going to be joining us very shortly here in the studio. Well, she's not going to be in the studio, unfortunately.
Right.
She will be joining us via Zoom to talk to us about being a medium and psychic.
Yes.
So, yeah, she's
So excited.
I'm so excited for her to be joining us, and we're going to learn some really neat things, be able to ask her some questions, because we're all curious, right?
Right. I am.
Yeah. So here she comes. And here she is, my cousin Rebecca Lo Cicero. Becky, I keep calling you Becky because you're my cousin, right? I can do that. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay. You can call me your cousin because it's the truth. We are family.
I know. So, you have so many amazing accomplishments. You're a medium, you're a psychic, you're a healer, you're an author. When were you able to get this feeling, this able to read, to hear? I don't even know how to describe it because I don't know how it feels. Like, when did this start happening for you?
I have to admit, this was something that I feel like I've always known spirit was crossed, and I could always see spirit. And I often wondered or assumed that other people could, and that other people knew what I knew. So I honestly think I was maybe in 7th or 8th grade when I inappropriately said something to one of the nuns that was a teacher. I said to her, happy birthday, and I said her name. I believe it was Elizabeth. And she gave me this look on her face like, first of all, it was her birthday, but she was a Catholic nun, and that was no longer her name. It was a Sister Mary Seton, Monica something at that point.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like I sat back and she was like, how did you know that? And honestly, I got in trouble for it. And at that young age, I was asked if I had gone through school records or had done, like, there was this whole very strange conversation. And what came out of my mouth was what I felt was the truth. And I said, I believe her aunt was telling me that it was her birthday and told me to say happy birthday to her. And this sister actually confirmed everything that I was saying. And it was also my church. It was also, where my mother had worked at the time. So there was a lot of very religious, like, confirmation that was thrown at me really quick. But I didn't know that I was a psychic medium until I went to college, 92, 90, 91, 92. And I was in, like, the dark corners of the library, like before internet. And
Yeah,
I
long
found
time
a book on witches, and it said the word medium in it, and I just was like drinking it in. So I would say I always thought it was some special gift that I kind of had perceptions about things. But I also really didn't share it because, of course, it was weird.
Well, yeah.
That's kind of how it all started and came to.
Now, is there a difference between a psychic and a medium?
Yes, 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 yes. And that is the most important question about all of this.
Okay.
When I am reading somebody, and what I'm known for my niche in my job and in my business is mediumship. Mediumship is the ability to communicate with the afterlife. It's spirit communication. It's bringing through validation from your loved ones who've crossed and having that be a complete conversation. So mediumship means you, me, and them. You can't have it without the medium in the middle.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Now, when it's psychic, that's just you and me. And a lot of psychics will use tools. They'll use like tarot cards or crystals or ruins and different things like that. I don't. I use a pen and paper, and I'll sit right with you, and I can read the vibrations from what's around you psychically that has nothing to do with them. So it's all about here. And it's a perception. Psychics don't tell the future. We can understand your past, see your clear present, and project through your energy where your future may go, but you all have free will. So, but psychic is just you and me, nothing in between. Mediumship is so different. It's like heaven opens up the gates and down comes this beautiful kiss of love. And you guys, you know, people psychically, that could be a whole different energy.
Wow. I have a question. So last week you had mentioned, like we had a conversation, all of us, and you just saw something that you wanted to say to me, and it was so true. Like, how did that come to you? Like, did it just like all of a sudden, you know, appear to you, or was it there for a while and you thought, oh, now I got to say it?
Well, when spirit wants to say something, there is no holding back. So I, by all means, do tend to spit out a lot of stuff. But if I don't have it as like a plan or an appointment or with purpose, I do ask permission. I did ask you permission, right?
I think you did. Yeah.
Okay.
And you have
so
my permission.
one of the reasons why, so when we're on the phone and we were talking, we were actually talking about all of this.
Yes.
And because we were talking about it, you were probably thinking about your loved ones in spirit.
Okay.
So as soon as you were thinking of them while we were on the phone call, in my mind's eye, it's almost like I saw your loved one in the room with you, like a brief walk by, which is basically them saying, hey, Rebecca, it's time for you to tune in. I got a couple things I want to say to her. Tell her to listen. Ask her if it's okay. And it comes really fast and I can't stop it. And it's like exciting. So, and that's why it was almost like, don't hang up without telling her something.
Okay.
Oh, that's really cool.
Okay.
All right, so, you know, I know that you've also done some really cool things, like you've written a book, right? So what is the book about?
I have a book. I love this book. My mother said she'd read it if it was in 14 font. So it's really not that big of a book either. And it's got many chapters in it. Basically, it is a guide for you to be able to learn about mediumship and communicating with your loved ones beyond. It goes over different topics, and they're all very short chapters and very blunt and to the point. I would have to say, and I will admit very clearly, they have a very God-focused path to each expression. I tell why you should, why you shouldn't get a reading. I talk about like different gypsies and paranormal information because ethics are important. And I basically was just asked so many times, oh, you're a medium? What does that mean? So I wrote it in a book. So it's my definition for you to communicate with the beyond.
And I would love to hear about the fact that you were in a Netflix series.
Oh, yes.
I would just
These
love
are
to...
my... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. I would just love to hear just a little snippet about what that was about.
Oh, that was absolutely one of the best experiences. I am a very proud member. I am a certified medium for the Forever Family Foundation, and they are a nonprofit organization. Anybody can look them up and benefit from a lot of things they offer for grief. And of course, they certify their mediums as well. There's quite a few popular people on that list. And then one day, they asked me if I would be involved in a documentary put out on Netflix through Breakthrough Films production company. And I was like, oh, well, I don't know, because I don't really do television that often like that, ever. And they said it was going to be at a grief retreat. And we specialize in these grief retreats. I had done 6 or 7 of them. They're absolutely life-changing events. They're not all about readings, even though there are mediums there, but it's a retreat where people get to come together and learn how to communicate and connect with their loved ones themselves. So they're not, at any way desperately searching for help. We give them as many keys as we can. And Netflix gave me 3 minutes and 19 seconds of fame. So exciting. The documentary is called Surviving Death, and I'm on episode 4. And I teach a way to visually imagine your loved ones in your imagination. And I show how what you're imagining can transform into action, so you can actually see your loved ones in your imagination in action.
Wow.
That is
I
so
can't wait
awesome.
to see that.
I mean, obviously, we are so honored to have you here. And when we knew we were going to have you here, we said, wouldn't it be cool if we could have you do a reading for someone?
Yeah.
So we have someone here. Obviously, we kept it secret. From you.
Okay.
You did not know in advance. We have this person here, and we are going to
Invite kind of our special guest for a reading with you.
So
we would love to welcome our special guest
and we're
to
going to
join Rebecca.
We're going to let you do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited. I don't put anything past my family, so this isn't very much of a surprise, Lynn. Cousin's family. Hi, how are you?
I'm great, and you?
Good. Oh, I can see you so much better. So I thank whoever did that for me. Hi, we have very similar glasses, so we definitely have the same taste, that's for sure. How are you doing? Your name is Karen, I can see in large print above me. Please know that I write when I'm reading, and I know that they're going to give me a timeline on this.
Okay.
You got to hold that camera still. You're going to make me dizzy.
Okay, I'm trying.
I'm going to tell you that I see 2 very large dogs coming near you and coming around you, and they are beautiful. I think they are family members' dogs or your dogs that may have crossed. They're coming in first because they need to pad for me this male figure that I feel standing right next to you.
Oh.
Can you just smile for me? Do you understand this, that there are dogs in spirit for you?
I had one dog when I was very
Okay.
young.
That's fine. I'm going to tell you whoever is coming through is talking to me about dogs. Like dogs is the most important thing in their world right now. Karen, can I ask you, do you have a mom and a dad in spirit?
Yes.
I have both of your parents standing with me.
No
Both of my
way.
parents are standing with you. They are showing me the two dogs, and they are telling me clearly, Mom and Dad.
Okay.
Your dad is coming through. He is showing me the letter R as a connection. They must have gone over the rules with you. Where would I get the name like my dad's name is Ronald, but I'm feeling like Ron, Rob, Roy. Are you okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you understand that?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, you're cute. Not yet's not good enough for me. I demand an awful lot from my loved ones immediately when they come through. So we're just going to go over it really quick. First thing that I need you to know is that you're answering the questions perfectly. The second thing I need you to know is that the names that they're giving me could be of somebody who is living as well as somebody who has crossed, because they may be trying to give validation for saying hello to not just you, but maybe a child or a husband or a sibling, etc. Okay?
Okay.
So when they give me the name like a Rob or an R-O, Rob, Ron, I really want to try to make sure that that connects in some way.
Ron definitely connects.
Fantastic. So when I feel that energy coming through, I feel almost as if your dad makes me feel as if he is the one that's bringing up the name Ron, and he wants to make sure, I feel like your dad wants to make sure that Ron gets a hello. And I always have to tell you, you do not have to do what dead people tell you to do. So just know that. I'm immediately feeling your mom coming through, holding your dad's hand and saying that she welcomed him.
Nice.
Okay. Was your mom, but it confuses me though, but was your mom crossed first?
No.
No, which is why it confused me. Just so you know, she tells me again, I welcomed dad. So she has to make sure that that expression comes out, even though I feel like your dad crossed first. Having your mom next to you, she tells me she's like a best friend. Okay, here comes my fun stuff. She says, can you tell me where your mom is kind of funny. Very, right? Okay. I'll ask. Can you tell me where April is? She says, I've been waiting an awful long time. So have you been waiting for a hello from her for a while? Yes, no? Yes. Go ahead.
I don't know if you're talking to me or my mom. I'm sorry.
Both. I'm talking to both of you. But yeah, you're so cute because to me, your mom is standing and she's actually sitting at my piano.
Oh my God, she played piano.
There, and she's sitting at my piano.
Oh, that's sweet.
Did she play?
Yes, very well.
Thank you. Okay, so please understand that as your mom comes through, she's showing me there are robins in the yard. I want to say they're red birds like cardinals, but she says she can't get a cardinal come into your yard because you don't have bird feeders. So only the robins will come. She makes a joke, so you don't keep up with your bird feeders. That's fine. Then she talks about you having either a brother and a sister. Are there 4 of you all together?
Yes.
And are they there?
I have 3 brothers here.
You have 3 brothers. Thank you. So there are 4 of you all together. Are they there?
Yes.
In your house with you?
No.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. But you have your 3 brothers. They are with you. They are okay. Mom validates that there's 4 of you. She again goes back to the piano. It's almost as if I want you to hear music for her as a connection, but it's all church music to me.
Okay.
Is that okay? Either that or it's Elvis gospel, but she's definitely playing like upbeat music for me, just so you know. It doesn't seem like symphony music.
Right.
And she says, thank you. Who would be, I'll ask, who is the S sound, like SH? Is there a Cheryl, Shirley, Shauna?
I have a stepsister, Sharon.
Sharon. Why would Sharon come through? Is this a stepsister through your mom?
Yes, my mom remarried.
Okay, so I just need you to know, I'm being told this is biological dad that's with you.
Okay, yes.
So your mom's trying to make it a point to tell you that it's your biological dad and not your stepdad?
Yes. And that's
Is your
why.
stepdad Ron?
No, he's a friend
Okay.
that.
A friend that passed? And so is there a stepdad crossed also?
Yes.
Okay, so I need you to know that your mom is telling me that she welcomed dad, which means even though whether they were divorced or remarried or had more kids or whatever it was, I need to go back to the beginning of this reading because when she said, I said to you, she welcomed dad. And then it was like confusing to me who crossed first. Her information didn't make sense. She's trying to make it a point to let you know it's your biological dad that she welcomed into this reading. If it's Ron, it's just a friend, please know he's okay. I kind of feel like she's backing away, but wants to give you a lot of kisses. She tells me that there's hawks for one of your brothers who's not in the local area. I'm sorry, I don't know where you are, but I feel like you're in New England. I think there's one brother that's not in New England, but I think your mom tries to use a lot of birds. I don't want to say she says sorry or apologizes, but I do feel like she will try to send you more signs. If you can say hi to Sharon, she goes, it's more than just Sharon. I said, okay. So is there other half siblings to say hi to?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so she's just gonna say hi to everybody. Now, she also tells me you're holding, I will ask, well, that's kind of creepy. Are you holding her? Do you have ashes?
No, I don't.
No. Fingerprints?
No.
Okay, she's telling me you're holding her. So is there a picture of her right in front of you or something?
No. I'm holding something that I was hoping for
Validation.
another person to come through. And
Another person. Okay.
you had
Would it be the
mentioned-
Ron?
Rebecca, we have to
No.
kind of
Oh,
wrap it up.
okay,
now.
that's fine. Just know that whoever the last person was is trying to show me that you had something in between your hands and it felt like the person. So I wanted to kind of be not morbid, but it's like a fingerprint or a hair or this or like it just seemed like something important and I'll end it at that. Super.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We appreciate that, and that was amazing. We felt it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
There's
God.
just so many for you. There were so many for her. So, so that's awesome. It warms my heart when I can just bring through validation and quick hellos, even if it's quick. I know it's never enough. It could be 24 hours of conversation through me and it's never enough, but it does feel really good. It's like, I don't know, it's the best vitamin out there for sure. Is talking to heaven.
Sure.
That's
We
awesome.
appreciate it so much. I'll follow up
Thank
with
you.
you. Thank you so much.
And Rebecca, thank you so much for being here. That was awesome to see you in action.
Yes.
So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, ladies.
For having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, and it's a wrap today. We are so thrilled with our episode. That was so amazing, wasn't it? Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Karen. Circling back to the beginning, Lynn, you talked about friendships and go out there this, in this fall weather and meet new people and connect with old people and keep those friendships and remembering that somebody may be lost, somebody may need just a phone call from you or a text just to say hello, and you don't know how much it means to them or how it could even change their life. It could be very, very meaningful. So I thank both of you for being here today with us too, and it's been fabulous, and I'm looking forward to crunching my feet under some of those leaves out on some nice walks.
Nice. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.